Hello there gamers, I am Drakov, I play Salmon Run a lot, and it is time for another episode of Daily Salmons. Alright, the weapons. Aerospray first. Another mobile short-range shooter. It's self-explanatory for the most part. Most important things to know about it. It has a lot of ink. Like, not a lot of ink, but a lot of spots for little ink and stuff, so you can use bombs with it well and a bunch. Another thing, for best DPS you wanna be at like point blank as shown here. But away, and you see I'm hitting less and less shots as I'm away from it. And as far as the co-op matchup itself actually goes, you still wanna space yourself right, like you wanna be the one that opens fire for sure. You can walk forward into them, but you do need to do it before they're attacking you. Then you'll be fine. And then Steelheads works exactly like Junior. You wanna stand on the ground, then you're gonna one cycle. You get no shots eaten by other things and stuff. Yeah, don't jump. If you jump, you're gonna miss more shots. Really, that might not be true in this game. Alright. Well, it does widen a bit. And maybe you are more likely to be fine now if you jump, but you wanna be absolutely safe, don't jump still. That is how it worked in the old game, at least. That's pretty much what Aerospray. I've seen in Discord people are underrating the Aerospray quite a bit, which I find surprising because, especially among weaker players, not weaker players, like less experienced players, I'd say, they do think that Aerospray is quite good, and well, it actually is. It is not Sploosh, but it's a weaker version of Sploosh. Like, if you will, it's right between Junior and Sploosh, how it works. I still prefer the Junior over it because it does have more range and generally rely more on hitting its shots because of that range and stuff. And it is good for sure. Never hate to have it in the comp. I'm just sad it's not Sploosh, that is all. Right, next up, Undercover. This weapon kinda needs help. It got shadow nerfed in Salmon Run because the shield is much more easily broken now. Gets damaged on enemy contact pretty much, so you cannot walk forward into small frays anymore, they will just break it. You have to kinda walk backwards against them if you wanna keep the shield intact. It's really annoying. Something to pay attention to. Yeah, the shield is like not safe at all anymore. It'll also be harder to like increase your DPS against lessers with it because they'll break it faster and stuff. What you may or may not like is you get bumped back less than before. Not sure if I can. Well, maybe. Maybe that will make high tide a bit. The high tide is really not great for it because it has really low DPS. If you wanna increase its DPS a little, there is like this. You can potentially hit targets a bit to the side and still hit them for the full damage, and then hit something else that is behind them. Mainly situational and doesn't like deal a whole lot extra, but it's there. needed. And then, just like the arrow spray, it's lightweight and it has good ink efficiency. Makes it actually really good for taking out stingers and flyfish. Arrow spray would be too bad. The arrow spray is also high DPS, so just wanna play it with a bit more undercover. Things we have had this in the season already. I'll go through it again. It one-shots the heads as long as you're close enough with a vertical flick. That was not close enough. Builds jumps and smaller with rolls. 500 HP, flick twice and roll. For the fastest possible kill. Cohort vertical flick plus roll. Or horizontal flick right into it and keep the roller down. That should also work on big shots nicely. If not, stand in front of big shots and roll into them as they're approaching the cannon. Also kill them very fast. Yeah, and definitely watch your ink with Flingza. It is not ink efficient at all. Use bombs basically plan to refill, because you're not gonna much otherwise. It also really struggles when there's paint issues. Fish sticks are bad and stuff. Best way to fish stick probably is to like the high ground or get on top of them where they are. Great for sure. Then heavy, it's similar to Hydra, it's a long range splatling. It's not as slow as Hydra, so that is nice. Also not as strong if fully charged. As damage goes, I believe there's no difference between full charge and partial charge. There isn't. It's always 35 damage per bullet. Here. But as always, the second wheel is still faster to charge than the first, so might as well. Whenever you need partials, it also is good to know the charge levels. They are a bit more than Hydra. You're getting the faster, so it's completely whatever. We're pretty basic splitling. Usually good except when it isn't. Try to stay ahead of spawns as much as possible so you don't need to run away, because running away is bad for splitlings. That is the weapon set. About positioning, as usual, long range on spiral and hydrate terribly, so that would be the heavy. But it can also play like basket well. To actually show that when you're firing, you can deposit X and you'll continue firing. Work while charging though. Interrupted now. Yeah, you get the point. It's also true for all splitlings. The smiley face is here. That EL is, I believe, not on me. Yeah, it's not on me. Change to right side. I know that because I'm seeing nothing else on screen and there's definitely stuff spawning. I just know. Who the heck was my Octo roll there, game? It's unfathomable how the game thinks I do not have enough speed. But I have damage on the shield. I wouldn't have in the old game. Important to kill. You will die when it peaks. There we go. Fish sticks, I believe, are also a bad matchup for undercover, just like for the less. With the tent, there is a technique to kill them fast, but you need to climb them for that first. It is rather precise as well. If I can show that off on with tent. I don't think tent has been announced yet. Eventually we will play with tent. Make sure. That's a big shot without me. No spell. A few things here. Got on me. It's not on me. In that case. Ugh! I almost ran to the floppy there. Moving for the maw. Will be following me? Yes. Thanks while I can. Just have time to get one and... Wow. I think you scammed me there a bit. Like it was gonna go in, but it's not. Well, we have quota. Sometimes you get reflex when you don't even want them, because you're like 1 pixel above the ground. But getting like fries. Heavy flick. Get 3. No, we have a DC. Night wave. Just be Mothership, come on. Nope. Okay, Mudmouth, I'll take it. If that's a fire one, I'll just whale it. This one. But they would special the exact same one as beyond me. But sure, I guess. We're making good progress. Energy is also good so far. Haven't had any really bad ones yet. This one is the worst so far. Whale it and we win. Only a golden one and then it's that one, yep. Ooh! Mind if I do? That was like 3 golden in a row. Ah! I got hit unintentionally by the cog. I meant to be closer to the basket. Oh yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. One of the twin lands that got booted, if it was a twin land. Rhythm bomb that to damage the eel a bit. They explode immediately on tails. You can also do that to delete lessers around the tails. Where are you? Right, I see it. Oh, someone killed it, I didn't notice that. And then... I do. Cannot one cycle it because too many lessers around it. Not one cycle because I'm late. Oh, pattern of fish kills, you gotta take it for the badge. This is not overfishing and all. It is so sad that assists do not count there, like hitting the first launcher, not kills it. I got it and I didn't notice. Ah! Go in, thank you. Actually, never got down here. Nice, I hit them Oh! Right at the edge of the drizzlers, I was dodging it. The drizzler, the rain. Anyway, we are in good shape still. Or heavy got eaten there. Don't think I need to wave break, I will be strong here though. Can do it manually just fine. But they're doing the whole thing. So. Get the drizzler. I have killed a lot of drizzlers, by the way. Usually it's one of the last silver badges for people, but not for me. play with me, Drizzlers will die. Probably. Oh, that's Russian. I do have the roller, so that is nice. I'm not gonna go super aggro with it. Yeah, I will filter a bit with it still. As far as here. Wow. Whoops. It works, I guess. Yeah, we are very behind on quota. I probably need to focus on X now. I mean to throw down that up here. Oh. Typical freelance rush, they did not let me do my job and I got way too much aggro. I also made mistakes. The quotas at Executive VP, they are always a lot. People need to be productive on Russia, else we lose on quota. Just don't be on the Sparrow too much. Just play near basket as you can. For example, people could just be all at basket, honestly, then I could also do much better with the roller, because they would actually be behind me and I wouldn't have to take awkward positions. Because the chumps would go straight to basket, then I'd just stand at one of the choke points easy. Sparrow's looking way too fancy to these people. Can I reach that fish stick from here? I can. That's nice. I fired too early. Sometimes I'm still not used to the stills attacking slower now. Oh, they took my egg. No, I got wave. Rush again, I do have more mobility this time. It's not rush. Not, I believe. Oh yeah, there it is. Basically the things I did in the previous rush wave there with the things that I can do with the aerospray as well, but I'll be moving faster. Just avoiding the death that I got. Kinda funny, but also really sad. Another thing it tells you, rollers are definitely good in rush, but also overrated a bit. Roller is nothing that will make or break the wave. It is something that can make it easier for sure. The team allows it too. Right, low tide flings out with a bloweye. Copies of it. Good. Ah, I see. The people went down. Right there. Right, it's down. Hello there, please. Very last instant. I'll get one off of it just so we have it. Okay, let me try this for science here. Nope. Reached that high. Unfortunate. Might reef slide these. Never mind, the heavy is going. Just the heavy that will get the stingers. Go, nice. That's pretty much the standard usage for the reef slider. Some hit combo with it while also passing through the eel. Okay, I need to not die to things on the ground here. There's the Cohozuna. Get up, we need paint. That is a really good Cohozuna, might be a short episode then. Ah! Look at these chums! Like teleported behind me and knocked me into it. Thing was looking completely fine until that happened. Did bump into the wrist not to increase my DPS a bit. Got the scrapper. Oops. Oh good. But just in time. Nice, I got the other stingus aggro. Right, win. And also just ignore the stinger there. Both would work. We get 2 silvers. Nice. That put me at 200 silvers. 300, not 200. I need 999. That nice green and colorful banner. Right, and even in those 3 games we've seen, there actually was some good variety in the waves. The only bad thing I guess was double Mudmouth. The wave is just not interesting for the most part. Got other tides, also got a rush. Well, that rush of course didn't go as we would have liked to. Just rush things. I kill that here. With the high ground here, that really helps for short range weapons. I got hit by the roller, perfect combination. Well, because it's useful. Go away. Multitasking there, but before lowering it. That's back. Oh, this rain, I saw it late. Can that end, please? Okay, thank you. I could have actually gone for the fish stick there. Waiting. But instant productivity. It's not a fish stick that really matters at this point in the wave. Might as well, right? And again, staying down there also has its upside because you get to make sure that there will be spawning new stuff there that you can deal with it early. Clear shot on. But can we correct the rush thing with a win here? I'll heal for a moment, a bomb, and then another well. Wow! This shoddy well paint let me fall down here. there. Got on top of things. You stay there. What you do wanna do with heavy is focus Gaudy fire as much as you can. Oh no! Rip of green ink there, I cannot believe it. Just a little more and you're over it. Oh man, why does it always have to be rash? Go wrong. I guess we are playing a 5th game then. Have I even had a second undercover yet, I wonder? Having undercover and rush, that would be better. It's a horrible rush weapon. I actually got the good rush weapons too. Makes it even more unfortunate that we still lost. Ah, Flyfish wasn't under it enough. But the skill path is really bad. Okay, nice, it's dead. Perfectly in the way for the steal it. Okay, I kinda missed that up, I got away with it. The team idea was there to chip it with a bomb and have that be enough to kill. So do need 1,000,000 eggs. That forward. Yeah, down here. Actually, no, they're not down, they're just refilling for throwing. Ah! Was looking at the dead player and... so I did not see the missile on time. That made me look really stupid and we almost wiped from it. Is it even more rush? No, it's Mothership. How boring. At least we're not losing that unlike rush. What about the snitches, by the way? Looks like we have bad snitch energy here. Of 4 different directions they can go from, and 2 of them are just bad. The other 2 are good. do not know everything about snatch optimization yet, but that's roughly the gist of it. Okay, normal tide. Whenever they pick up X, they will usually look into the opposite direction to where they will actually be going once they have enough X. All the X they're gonna pick up, I should say. There's also a thing that I do not know yet how it works. Sometimes snatchers pick up to 8x. Sometimes they're happy with 3 already. Not sure how that works. Right. At least someone will get this to the head. Give me the high ground. I'll finish that stinger here. Grappa will be following me. Luckily it already went the good way there because it was the only way to reach me up on that ledge there. Works out perfectly in our favor. That takes the answer. Can I hit the fly fish in time? Right. Down a bit there. I can thing there, but that's fine. 2 down. Okay, I'm not staying here. No! I'm moving again so fast. We can still do it. Thought I had that. Alright. Crisis averted. Even if you are fast, Grappas are faster. It is the same with the elves. Always remember. Oh man, what a sad episode. Yeah, this is our life and we do not have second chances or whatever. We'll have to live with it for now. Anyway, same as usual, we may not have had a perfect record or anything, but we still climbed. We got some good fish out of it. Heck yeah, triple 1,000. It is the 10%er. Well, that's super bonus. You haven't exactly paid attention. Not even visible here anymore. There you see it, 300 silvers flat. Saving for this bad boy here. The other thing I'm saving for is this, of course. Alright, that will be it for today. That will be next rotation. Should be a fun one. Watching and then.